Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angryprepper. So, real quick, last couple of days, a lot of military helicopters have been flying pretty low over the city. Now, normally, we see military helicopters or even planes here and there. Obviously, in the last, couple weeks now, 2 months, there have been a lot of videos, there have been a lot of helicopters back and forth. And when I say flying low, I mean they're flying below a lot of the building, top of the buildings here. So just a side note, or rather the first thing mentioned. Very interesting. Anyway, with that, guys, today's video, we're going to talk about becoming your own police officer, or protecting yourself rather. Because again, the crime in the city has gotten so out of control. The mayor of New York, that piece of shit Eric Adams, is asking black New Yorkers to take care of the streets or handle their neighborhoods, something to that effect. With that, guys, I think a week or two after making that comment, a father and son, two Albanians, stopped a lady from getting mugged. Now, she got mugged, or was getting mugged. The father intervened and gets stabbed. The kid takes off, and they chase the kid. The father and son now chasing his kid down the street, and then the son ends up getting stabbed. I think both of them got stabbed in the chest, but they're still alive, they're fine, and they said they would do it again. That's how good they're feeling. So, most of us guys will intervene, jump in the mix, and probably never regret it, and some people will. Depends on the outcome. Because if you die, you're never responding again. But if you fare well or decent, you'll do it again, because that's what we're supposed to do, I guess, as humans, or rather men. And now some women do intervene. There was a lady whose kid a few months back was getting abducted off the street, and people jumped in, and I think the first person to jump in was a chick, helping the mother fight the guy off. So again, a lot of that shit's going here in the city. Again, guys, there's so much crime. There's not enough cops on the street to handle the amount of crime that's going on. There's always something going on. And they have cops pretty much everywhere here in Harlem. Like every street corner, just about every street corner, there's a cop. With that being said, guys, there's just not enough to handle the amount of crime that's going on, because the city emboldened the criminals to do what they do. Now, the base of this video, guys, is that we here in New York City, New Yorkers rather, we're going to have to figure out a way how to protect ourselves. That is the bottom line. There is no worry about this law and that law. We can't own this weapon and we can't own that weapon. Own what you can own, get what you can get, and deal with it down the line. Because getting stabbed 40 fucking times because you couldn't own something, whether that's a firearm or a knife or a baseball bat, I'd rather deal with the shit in court than be laying in a fucking grave and looking over my body as a spirit going, well, I fucked that up, right? So get yourself some kind of protection. I can't tell you exactly what, but you know what I'm hinting at, all right? Now, there are obvious things you can do, like wasp spray. You'll hear people say wasp spray or hornet's nest spray, but here's the problem with hornet's nest or wasp spray, guys. Those cans are fucking huge, all right? They look like this. That is pretty goddamn big. All right, so you see it in my hands. You see how big it is. I can't see anybody carrying this shit in their purse, or a woman carrying this in their purse. So you're gonna want to go with something a lot smaller, like pepper spray or mace. Now, yes, there is something to be said about pepper spray and mace. Pepper spray does bounce back, so some people say pepper spray gel, but some people say that that's not too accurate or works that great either. But something is something, and something is better than nothing. So you're gonna have to do your own research on it. I would stay away from pepper spray because it does bounce back, though it has a reach. So if the guy is standing, let's say 5 feet away from you, that's a nice little reach. You're gonna get him in the face. But if he's up close and personal, like the camera is to me, and he sprays it, and you spray that assailant in the face, that's just gonna bounce back on you, or could bounce back on you, right? And then you gotta worry about wind condition, which I know a lot of people, when you're about to get attacked, you're not going, wait, let me test the wind. Okay, and let me turn around, let it be in my back. No, it don't work that way. Unfortunately, when you get into some shit, it goes down so fast. Now, you can make your own pepper spray, guys. There's something called capsaicin, right? It comes in like a little bottle. It's pure fucking insanity. It's pure heat. I did a drop on my tongue thinking, oh, nothing of it. I thought I was gonna fucking start shitting blood after I was done. That's how bad it was, right? And I thought I was, and then to boot, I thought I was gonna puke blood. So it was bad. And that was just a drop. So now you put a couple drops in a spray bottle. Make sure it's a high quality spray bottle, guys. Those cheap ones you get from, you know, whatever, Target or Walmart. Try to get something a little more sturdy and a little more higher quality, right? Because the cheap quality could leak in your bag. And if that shit leaks in your bag, trust me, it's gonna become aromatic, and then everybody around you is going to be rolling on the fucking floor crying. So make sure you try to get yourself a good bottle. You only need a couple of drops of that shit inside of a water bottle. You could put it in, some people say a water gun, but a water gun's not practical because they leak as well. But if you are walking down the street with a fucking water gun on your hip for some reason, so be it. The best protection, guys, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. The best protection you're going to have on your side is situational awareness. That is the #1 crime deterrent. If you know that some shit's about to go down, that means you can do one or two things. You can get ready to jump in, or you can get ready to run. But situational awareness, guys, is going to allow you to walk down the street and go, okay, there's too many of these motherfuckers around. Let me make my way over here. Or you look down the street and you watch somebody walking fucking hands in pockets, head down, walking fast to a group of dudes that look like they're dealers or gangbangers, and you know that some shit might go down with those guys. You got to keep yourself abreast of what's going on all the time. That means lower your headphones or take them off. When you're walking in the street, you look up and around what's going on. You don't walk with your head down like 90% of fucking New Yorkers do. They're walking down looking at their phones or walking down looking at the ground. Maybe they're looking for a fucking nickel and a dime on the street. Who knows? But walk with your head up. Make sure you're making eye contact with suspicious looking people, because when people see you make eye contact, they know that you're aware. And so they're less likely going to pick on you. Not saying that they're not at all, but they're less likely, all right? Especially women. Women, you ladies here in New York, you got a bad fucking habit of staring at your fucking phone or the ground. Stop. Start noticing your surroundings. You get in a fucking car, notice your surroundings in the car, whether that's Lyft or Uber, because these guys are starting to rape fucking women as well. So you have to make sure of your surrounding and check the character of that person, especially if you jump in an Uber car or a Lyft. Notice the character of that motherfucker, right? Shadiness, he's fucking, you know, he's not talking too much. He keeps glancing at you in the mirror. All of a sudden, he's making detours, and you're looking at the thing like, that's not the way to get to my house. You got to notice things like this. You don't want to take any of that shit for granted, thinking that this guy's going to take you home. When you're walking in the street, the same thing, guys. You got to look at people being shady around you. Though, the last couple of attacks that happened here in the city that were unprovoked, the dude looked like he was walking down the street minding his business, and out the corner of his eye, he looks and he sees the person he wants to assault, and then he jumps on him. But even then, you got to make sure that you're on your P's and Q's. When the guy turns around and do some shit, you're ready to jump into action. Again, a lot of this is easier said than done, because when you're in that situation, shit goes sideways. Now, the other part of protection, guys, not only situational awareness, I hate to say this, but it's called profiling. You got to profile people out here, unfortunately. I know people don't want to do that. I know people think it's racially profiling, but I'm sorry. The majority of motherfuckers here committing the crime happen to be black and Spanish. That's just what it is. And even if you're going to racially profile me, for example, I'm walking down the street and you go, that motherfucker looks dangerous. So be it. It's better to profile somebody and be wary of them than fucking be absent-minded and get beat up, raped, or murdered. So again, I know that comment's not going to stick well with others, guys, but unfortunately, that is the majority of people committing crimes here. There are a lot of crazy white folks out here as well, too. But when we're talking about fucking thugs and gangbangers, I don't know a lot of white dudes around here in the city that are fucking, Bloods and Crips. I just don't. Sad to say, guys, race does play a fucking role into it in certain areas. Now, I can go down to, let's say, Kansas or whatever, right? And there's a little white gang hanging out there calling themselves the White Crips, right? Whatever. And I would notice them just based on what the fuck they're wearing. Are they all wearing fucking blue, or are they all wearing red? If they're all wearing red, they're in a gang. I'm going to have my fucking antennas up about those dudes, whether I'm in Kansas, Kentucky, or fucking Wisconsin. I'm going to look at them. I could be in Alaska. There's a fucking, like an Eskimo, an Indian gang out there. I'm going to look at these motherfuckers the same way. But that's because that's the environment I'm in. When you're in an environment like New York City, unfortunately, black Spanish, guys, that's what it is. I know some of you are going to call me a racist. I can care less. That is the reality of it. right? Depends on the situation of where you are. That's going to be the gang you're going to have to contend with. If you're in India, there are gangs in India as well, the country. So you're going to look at some of those dudes like, all right, what's this going to be about, right? The same thing with the triads in fucking Chinatown, or the gangs in China, the country, right? The area or the environment you're in, that's going to be the fucking overwhelming criminals in that area. And that's just what it is, guys. It's called facts, not fiction, and not feelings. Anyway, guys, other than that, you are going to have to be your own police, unfortunately. You're going to have to wind up looking out for your neighbors and the people in your neighborhood. You're going to wind up having to intervene in some shit. Whether that's throwing fucking shit at a criminal because you can't really fight, or tackling a motherfucker and taking the lumps later. Whatever it is, guys, this is what it's coming down to here in the city. And that's why I know a lot of you are like, you should leave. I can handle myself, but my wife can't. My kids sort of can, you know, but that's why we're getting out of the city, because I'd rather not have my kids have to do that and walk out in the street every day thinking they're going to get in a fist fight. That's how bad it is. It's bad here, guys, when you're driving and walking around. I'm back to my old fucking 90s self, where now I'm in the street thinking I'm going to get in a fist fight today. Let's see how this is going to go, right? So, again, guys, whatever weapon you can get your hands on, that is your fucking weapon. Whether it's a fucking firearm or a knife, whether it's capsaicin and a spray bottle, whether it's actual mace or pepper spray, whether it's a little baseball bat or the cane sword, whatever it is, get something. If you can get yourself brass knuckles, which you're not going to get here in New York State, but you can get it out of state, get yourself some brass knuckles. Whatever the fuck it needs to be, guys, get that shit. Put a fucking pool ball in a sock, a nylon sock rather, right? These are things you're going to have to start doing, because, again, not that the cops are not doing their job, guys. The cops are spread thin, and I'm watching it. I'm watching it here in the city. It's not that they don't want to do their job. There's so much crime going on in this big-ass city, they can't cover it all, right? Then you had, like I said, you had a lot of cops leave during the pandemic, before the vaccine bullshit. Then when they dropped their hammer on the shot shit, a lot of dudes left on top of that. So again, guys, they're stretched pretty thin here. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, other than that, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to this channel and all my other fucking channels. You'll see them in a link in the description section below. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching.